Coming up, a North Oconee baseball player makes a full recovery. We'll have the story.
University of Georgia golfer Jenny Bay, it's one of the 72 players in the world gotten invitations to play in the Augusta National Women's Amateur Championships. Coming up next.
Also, coming up on Sportsource, an interview with Chris Aiken, the Clark Central boys soccer coach, leading one of the best teams in the state.
Good evening, and welcome to Sportsource. I'm Cole Acock. We begin this evening with a look at an Athens area athlete whose time on the field almost ended. North Oconee baseball player Grayson Godby was celebrating his team's state baseball championship just days before an accident that changed his life. Here to tell us more about it is Win Andrews.
Thanks, Cole. There were concerns that Godby may not ever be able to play baseball again, but he did not let this accident define him. I was actually able to speak with Grayson earlier this week and learn more about his long-awaited return to the diamond.
No one knows a challenge better than North Oconee senior shortstop Grayson Godby. An experienced starter and team leader for North Oconee's varsity baseball team, Godby's used to facing those tough opponents throughout the regular season. As a junior last year, Godby manned third base in a year of dominance for the Titans that resulted in an almost perfect regular season and an eventual state championship.
It was crazy. We set a state record for wins in a season. It was awesome. Like, we always knew we could do it, but like when it actually happened, it was like everything just clicked in all of our heads. It was like we achieved what we had been working for so long.
While playing alongside many seniors on the team, Godby took notes, and his success on the field displayed that. The junior was awarded all-state honors, and he was also the team leader in runs batted in, but he prefers to credit his team instead for that accomplishment.
My teammates put me in the spots. You know, they were the ones getting on base in front of me. I would do what I had to do to drive in a run or two.
Godby was undoubtedly in line to begin his last season as a starting infielder. Not even a month after the championship, those plans came to an unexpected halt. Grayson was racing bikes at the beach with his friends when he was involved in a severe accident just 5 days after winning state.
I had a hat on, and I was going pretty fast on the bike, and the wind, like from I guess going forwards, knocked my hat off. And like my instinct was to just reach and grab the hat, and when I did that, the handlebars on the bike shifted, and so the wheel couldn't keep going. So I flipped end over end, and that was I got knocked out. So I don't have a recollection of like talking to the ambulance and anything pre-surgery.
The surgery that he refers to was a brain operation that needed to be performed immediately. In a matter of weeks, Godby's life had taken a drastic turn, and while his future was centered around baseball, the sport became the least of anyone's concerns.
As a coach, you have certain feelings, but as a parent and a father, it's a totally different scenario where you're scared for him as a child, and the thought of baseball just goes to the back burner. This traumatic incident has happened, and you want to wrap your arms around the kid.
Godby underwent an extensive recovery period during the summer, along with therapy in the fall. However, the situation surrounding his playing status was very touch and go. One thing that was never in question was Godby's persistence in returning for his senior season. 10 months later, Godby is back on the field and playing like he never left, except now he is the team's starting shortstop and bats third in the lineup. At the plate, the senior is sporting a batting average of almost .500 since his return. While his future is bright, Godby and his teammates are focused on one main goal: repeating as state champions.
That's always been our goal ever since my sophomore year. We made it to the Final Four. It was a realization like we can do it. Like we have a chance to keep doing it too.
10 months ago, Grayson Godby wasn't sure if he'd ever play baseball again. 10 months from now, he plans to play for Georgia Highlands College. While Godby continues to chase his dream, his presence as a team leader and inspiration will stick around for many seasons to come. For the Carmical Sports Media Institute, I'm Win Andrews.
North Oconee is 14-2 on the season and hits the road on Monday for a big region matchup against Seconder. Back to you, Cole.
Thanks for that win. Always love to see a player overcome adversity. We'll see if Grayson Godby can keep up his hot hitting as the season goes on. That will lead us into our first break. When we return, Wade Cheek and Jack Duffy have our matchup of the week here in Athens.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
I think I finally found.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, Mason.
Hey, Mason.
Got a new house. It's looking pretty cool so far.
A place that I call home.
I'm teaching Louise how to cook some lasagna.
It only takes a spark to make a fire start.
Thank you.
Study, please.
I think I finally found a place to make my own. A place that I call home. This place that I call home.
You're home before sunrise. On top of the house, the kids, and our future. The smell of your cooking is our alarm clock. My Shiro's day is never done. So let's start saving a little more now so we can feel prepared for retirement. A free 3-minute online chat can give us the personalized tips we need so we can live our lives to the fullest. Visit aceyourretirement.org.
Welcome back to Sportsource. This evening, 2 Athens area high school baseball teams will be going at it in a matchup that is sure to have big region standing implications. The 10-7 Winder-Barrow Bulldogs will host the 13-4 Jefferson Dragons tonight at 6 p.m. Winder-Barrow is currently 3rd in the region with a record of 3-1 in region, while Jefferson sits at 2nd in the region with a 5-1 record in region. This is the first of 2 matchups these teams will be playing this year, so both teams want to take that first game of the season series. Joining me to break this game down further are my analysts Wade Cheek and Jack Duffy. Wade, I'll start with you on the visiting Jefferson Dragons. How is this team feeling going into this important region matchup on the road, and what are some keys for this team to come out on top?
Cole, this team is coming into this series with a lot of confidence. Jefferson is the 33rd best team in the entire state. That's across all divisions. That being said, this is one of the better regions in the 5A division with Jefferson, Loganville, who's 24th in the state, Winder-Barrow, and a few other really strong teams. I talked to the Dragons' first-year head coach about their new region and how they can win it.
I mean, there's talent all across our region, and the team that is the most connected and the most mentally tough is who's going to win our region. So,
Hardy has preached getting 1% better each day, and so far, they've done that. Cole, for me, the Dragons are going to have to execute defensively. Hardy has said that their defense has struggled lately, so I expect them to try and play a flawless game in the field, mainly because this team has a lot of experience. Hardy has 12 seniors that have been key to Jefferson's success so far this season.
I'm very blessed to have that group my first year. There's a ton of leadership. Anytime you have 12 seniors, I mean, they've been here. Before I became the head coach, I was an assistant, so they all knew me. So there was a good foundation there as far as, you know, how we do things and stuff like that.
2 of those seniors are catcher Roger Holsey and infielder Bowman Horn. According to Hardy, Bowman has been the spark all year for their offense. The kid is batting just under 500. As for Roger, he's got the heart of a dragon, but he's also got the style that a ball player needs. Long mullet, sunglasses, no batting gloves in the box. Look for Roger to have a big series.
He is like the heartbeat of our team. He's a warrior. He's a dirt dog. When he leaves the field, he's always the dirtiest kid. His uniform's always filthy. I feel bad for his mom and dad that have to clean it after every game.
Thanks for that, Wade. I look for that mullet of Roger to be the main catalyst for the Jefferson offense for sure. Now, Jack, on Winder-Barrow's side, they upset North Oconee in their last game. Can they keep up that momentum going into a pivotal series against Jefferson?
Yeah, Cole. Wade mentioned Jefferson coming into this series with confidence, but how about those Diamond Dogs from Winder-Barrow? They took down a 14-2 North Oconee team their last time out, earning their 10th win of the season and head coach Brian Smith's 500th career win. Smith said that a key to that victory was grinding at the plate, lengthening at-bats, and working pitch counts. And he wants his team to build on that going forward, playing with consistency every time they take the field. Now, Winder-Barrow understands the gravity of this two-game set with Jefferson this weekend. Both teams are fighting at the top of the region standings with one loss apiece. Either team would love a two-game sweep to set themselves apart in a loaded region. If Winder-Barrow wants to win these matchups, I believe there's 3 keys to success. First, put the ball in play. Wade mentioned Jefferson's struggles defensively. Well, good things happen when teams put the ball in play. If the Diamond Dogs can make Jefferson work in the field, it could lead to some unforced errors by the Dragons. My next key is what Coach Smith has been preaching all season: grind out at bats and play the game the same way no matter what. Winder-Barrow's disciplined approach has already seen success against good teams, as we have seen. If they continue to stay patient at the plate, they will likely find similar success. And my final key is to lean on senior leadership. Coach Smith has said his roster has a good mix of upper and underclassmen, but it's 2 seniors that I want to highlight as key to Diamond Dogs' success in their upcoming series. Winder-Barrow will need a killer start from star pitcher Brooks House. House is a UAB commit, touting a .71 ERA and 28 strikeouts in 5 starts this season. Coach Smith has noted that his pitching is a strength for his team, and it starts with House. And finally, I'm picking Carson Royal to be the X factor in this series against the Dragons. Royal currently leads the team with 11 RBIs, so he needs to be the spark at the plate for his team that lifts up their pitching staff. If Royal shows up, the Diamond Dogs are in business.
Thanks, Jack. This late season region matchup is definitely important for both teams and their chances to keep pace for the region title. Coming up, a UGA golfer is preparing for Augusta, and one of our reporters kicks it with a coach.
During high school, I hung with the wrong crowd and I never graduated.
I helped Santiago in many different ways, like all fathers do, because he always wanted to go to college.
I felt a little embarrassed to come back to school, but eventually, once I came here, I knew that it's for a bigger goal.
He was very dedicated, hardworking. He connected with his teachers, he connected with other students. That was one of the key reasons why he was able to keep forging ahead.
It was amazing to see him graduate. This was one thing that meant so much to him, and of course, it meant so much to us too.
With the help of my father and having my son, that was all the motivation that I needed. That support is everything.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
I think I finally found.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, Mason.
Hey, Mason.
Got a new house. It's looking pretty cool so far.
A place that I call home.
I'm teaching Louise how to cook some lasagna.
It only takes a spark to make a fire start.
Thank you.
Study, please.
I think I finally found a place to make my own. A place that I call home. This place that I call home.
Welcome back to Sportsource. The Masters Golf Tournament is fast approaching, so that means that the Augusta National Women's Amateur Tournament is right around the corner. Every year prior to the iconic golf tournament in Augusta, the Augusta National Golf Course hosts a tournament for female golfers who have not yet earned their full-time professional status. The tournament was established in 2019, and one of Georgia's own Jenny Bay will be competing in this year's amateur championship. Our own Claire Chen spoke with Bay to discuss the upcoming tournament.
Thanks, Go. Every golfer wants to play on the green at Augusta National. UGA golfer Jenny Bay has not only done it once, but is now preparing to do it again. She has received her second invite in 2 years. I spoke with Jenny and her coach about how she's preparing about the tournament. University of Georgia golfer Jenny Bay is the only member of UGA's women's golf team who received consecutive invites to play in the Augusta National Women's Amateur Championships.
Last year, she did not make it into the final round, but she hopes the experience from last year's tournament will carry her through this year.
Last year, for sure, I was really nervous. I was tense. I didn't really know what was going on. Someone gave me a club and a ball, and they told me to hit, and I hit. But I think this year I'm a little bit more prepared, especially mentally. I know what I need to expect out of it, and I know that I just need to trust my caddy, my coach, and myself, and I'll be able to play well.
Bay has a goal in mind. She wants to finish in the top 30. She will also have some familiar support. Her swing coach from her hometown, Sewanee, will be traveling to Augusta with her. It was UGA's women's golf head coach, Josh Brewer, who made the suggestion.
I think is very important. It just kind of gives her confidence. They have a very, good relationship, and he has a way of keeping her calm, in some very pressure situation.
Bay says what also helps her game is the solitude that golfing offers.
I've been an introvert. I've never been used to talking to others, having the need to talk to others and having people around. I've always been raised that way. My parents always would drop me off at the golf course, and they'd make sure I only practice and not talk to anybody. So I don't think that's gonna be a game changer. I think it's just who I am, and I actually I embrace it.
She says she's anchored and ready to take on Augusta for the second time.
I'm focusing on short game from 40 to about 70 yards. I feel like I'm such a long distance hitter that most of the time I'll have a wedge in my hand, and if I'm a little bit more accurate in those yardages, then I'll be able to score a lot lower than I think I would be.
The tournament starts March 29th and runs through April 1st. In Athens, Georgia, reporting for the Carmical Sports Media Institute, I'm Claire Chen.
Jenny Bay will be graduated in May, and she hopes to qualify for the LPGA Tour. Back to you, Cole.
Thanks, Claire. We'll see how one of Georgia's own will fare in the upcoming tournament. Still ahead, Clay kicks it with Clark Central's head soccer coach and discusses their expectations going into the postseason.
People do some pretty cool things in their 40s and 50s. Why should saving for retirement be any different? I mean, they go back to college, learn new instruments, start skateboarding. Okay, maybe that one's not for everybody, but saving for retirement is. With aceyourretirement.org, you can get on track with your retirement savings no matter your age. Just have a 3-minute chat with Avo, the friendly digital retirement coach from AARP. You'll get personalized recommendations based on your input that are easy to understand and work with your lifestyle. It's quick, easy, and free. Plus, it's sponsored by AARP, so you know they got your back.
Woohoo! Gnarly move, Dad.
Thanks, sweetie.
So wherever you are in your retirement savings journey, head to aceyourretirement.org and start chatting with Avo today. That's aceyourretirement.org.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
My Shiro doesn't always wear a cape, but she always has time for a hug, a smile, for going the extra mile. My Shiro stretches every dollar, puts in long hours, puts others first. But now it's your time, Mom. When you're ready to retire, we want you to be able to enjoy it. It's time to start saving now. A free 3-minute online chat can give you the personalized tips you need to start boosting your retirement savings today. Visit aceyourretirement.org.
Welcome back to Sportsource. The GHSA soccer playoffs are fast approaching, and our reporter Clay Witt spoke with Clark Central's head coach to discuss this upcoming postseason.
Thanks, Cole. Athens is home to some high-level soccer, but the best team in the area might be located at Clark Central High School, currently 3rd in the state for 5A. I talked with head coach Chris Aiken about the team's expectations for the rest of the season. Here with head coach Chris Aiken of the Clark Central varsity boys soccer team. And coach, how did you really get involved in coaching from the very beginning?
Growing up, I played club soccer growing up, high school soccer, and then I went on to play soccer at University of North Georgia.
Clark Central has a game tonight against Jefferson, which could determine the winner of its 5A Area 8 region. Coach Aiken and the players say they don't feel the pressure. We'll see in the upcoming playoffs if the Gladiators can finally win that coveted state championship. Back to you, Cole.
Thanks, Clay. The Gladiators' road to the state championship won't be easy, but Coach Aiken seems confident in his team's chances to pull it off. After this short break, we're giving our March Madness picks, but not our picks on who will win the games.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
You're home before sunrise, on top of the house, the kids, and our future. The smell of your cooking is our alarm clock. My Shiro's day is never done. So let's start saving a little more now so we can feel prepared for retirement. A free 3-minute online chat can give us the personalized tips we need so we can live.
Welcome back to Sportsource. Last weekend, the much-anticipated college basketball tournament known as March Madness tipped off. There was plenty of chaos and entertaining basketball to go around, and there's still plenty more to come. The Sweet 16 got underway yesterday, and there is a whole nother slate of games tonight. On the women's side, the same can be said. There's been plenty of upsets, game-winning shots, heart-stopping moments, and most importantly, madness. With so much entertaining basketball left to play, we're going to give our picks, but not our picks on who is going to win, rather our picks of the best places in Athens to watch the remaining tournament games in a segment we like to call Block Party. Joining me to help me sort through all of these options are analysts Wade Cheek, Jack Duffy, and Destiny Hartwell. Destiny, I'll start with you. A lot of places to catch the games this weekend, but what's one establishment that stands out to you?
We all know that Athens has the most bars per capita than any other city in the U.S., right? That means there are so many different places to watch March Madness. Of all the places to choose from, one of my personal favorites is Trapeze Pub out on North Hull Street. This is the best time of year to come when it's some sunny, 80-degree weather and you can sit in the outside patio and enjoy a fresh lemonade. From its many appetizers to coveted lunch and dinner menu to its dynamic drink options, Trapeze is the perfect place to sit back, relax with some friends, and enjoy some great food and good sports. Back to you, Cole.
Thanks for that, Destiny. I'm going to throw it over to Wade now. Wade, what spot did you have in mind?
Cole, the spot that I'm going with is Cutter's Pub on East Clayton Street. Obviously, we're in the middle of Athens, Georgia, and not in Ireland, but this Irish pub is my sleeper pick for one of the best bars to watch the big dance. The roundabout circular bar in the middle of the first floor allows for the most room for everyone to hang out, eat, and drink, and watch their picks bust their brackets. One more thing, the deals at Cutter's are great. Last night I took a walk around and saw the list of cheap drinks that customers can purchase while they enjoy the madness of March. On Thursday nights, you can literally buy $1 beers throughout the entire night. Let me know when anyone starts selling 50-cent beers, but until that, Cutter's is unmatched.
Appreciate that suggestion, Wade. I might need to get on that deal if that ever comes about too. But Jack, I'll come to you now. What location do you have for us?
Cole, if you want to have the best experience to go with your sports viewing, I recommend you spend the night at Paloma Park. Walking into the establishment on West Washington Street, you find a lively restaurant complete with a Mexican-inspired food menu and a wide variety of drink specialties. Now, If you're wondering what makes this stand out for events like March Madness and what made it such a hot spot during the College Football Playoff National Championship game, look no further than the outdoor patio and beer garden. This area is a sports viewing haven with a large screen TV that can show up to 4 games at one time, an area for live music, and plenty of room to sit, stand, or hang out. So I think it's well worth your time to go and grab some friends, go get some tacos and some drinks at Paloma Park and watch some March Madness action.
Thanks for that, Jack. Last but definitely not least, I'm going to join in and give the people one last suggestion. In my opinion, you can't talk about places that are great for having a fun night out with friends while also watching some March Madness than Creature Comforts Brewery. As soon as you walk into Creature Comforts, you notice that the layout is wide and not overly cramped like some bars you may go to. There are multiple bars to grab some drinks, there's a wide variety of drink options, and the environment is more laid back than your typical sports bar or pub. You can't forget about the outdoor area either, and most importantly, the TVs are plenty big enough to see all the action. Overall, Creature Comforts is a solid spot to catch the games, especially if you're a person who likes their space. Don't forget our matchup of the week tonight. The Winder-Barrow Bulldogs host the Jefferson Dragons. Enjoy your weekend and your March Madness viewing.